What's up, everybody? True Boxing here. Thank you for coming back to Get Hit with the Truth. So today I'm doing the Canelo versus Bivol recap from the DAZN card, the DAZN pay-per-view card that took place Saturday, May 7th. And that saw Dimitri Bivol score a big upset and defeat the pound-for-pound king Canelo Alvarez by a convincing unanimous decision. Convincing in my book. The judges had it 115-113. I personally had the fight 116-112, 8 rounds to 4. But yeah, no doubt that Bivol won the fight in my mind. You know, he just you know, it's like Bivol did a good job of the first half of the fight. He did what Canelo said he was going to do to Bivol. He actually took about 6 rounds to figure Canelo out, what Canelo was doing, and then, you know, just kind of laid it on after that. Canelo was doing a good job of the stalking, but he looked like he was looking for one punch at a time. Like, he wasn't trying to put his punches together. And Bivol, you know, but Canelo was landing some good shots early on, and definitely, you know, Bivol felt the power, but Bivol was able to weather the storm, whatever storm Canelo was bringing, and in the second half of the fight, he just kicked it up into another gear, where he just was counterpunching and pushing Canelo off. And that's what I said going into this fight is, not only did I say that Bivol was the best opponent that Canelo's fought since Triple G, he is, but I also said that Bivol doesn't have big power, but because Canelo was moving to 175, Bivol had the kind of power to keep you honest, and he kept Canelo honest and was able to push Canelo off of him as Canelo tried to stalk and come forward. That's where Callum Smith, Billy Joe Saunders, and Caleb Plant could not do. They didn't have that power to push Canelo back, and Canelo has a good chin. You know, he took some good shots against Bivol, but you know, Bivol just had a game plan, and he, you know, he stuck to it, and he, you know, really outboxed and outclassed Canelo. I likened it to Anthony Joshua's loss last year to Alexander Usyk. Very similar to that. It was one of those ones where this guy's a tactician, and he's going to go in there and he's going to try to pick Canelo apart, and you know what he did? Second half of the fight, Canelo got tired, and Bivol just took it to him. He got tired, though, because Bivol was landing good shots. And second half of the fight, especially those last 3 or 4 rounds, I'm watching the fight with my wife, and I go, Canelo looks confused. You know, and Canelo did look confused, because I think by the 7th or 8th round, that was when everybody, myself included, thought Canelo would take the fight over. And I think Canelo expected that from himself. So, you know, why did Canelo lose? A lot of people are making it to be a weight issue, and maybe it was. You know, hey, I'm not gonna call it, but I'm sorry. You know, Canelo's only 3 to 4 inches shorter. He's beaten guys that are this height before. You know, I wasn't. It wasn't one of those ones where I thought it had to do with the weight so much as the guy that he fought, you know, and the style. I think for me it was more the style that Canelo fought, you know, that his opponent, had. Absolutely moving up to a new weight class is a big deal, and it's a major deal. And again, Canelo did not have the advantage of a 10-week training camp like the last time when he fought Kovalev. Bivol's still in his prime, where, yeah, Kovalev wasn't in his prime anymore, even though he was still the top guy at 175, or number 2 at the very worst. Kovalev was 36 years old. Bivol was 31. You know, it was a different circumstance. So maybe the weight had something to do that. Maybe Canelo gaining the weight, but I also think Canelo was probably overlooking him a little bit. I mean, shit, Canelo's got the 3rd fight with Triple G coming up in September. You know, he's got other things to look onto. Bivol was the first fight on the contract. So, obviously, Canelo was probably going into this one going, you know, I'm going to get rid of this fool one way or the other, and then I got Triple G waiting for me in September. And now, you know, and I think that bit him in the ass, because because he didn't know what to do to beat Dimitri Bivol. And he had some success. Again, I liken it to Joshua and Usyk. Usyk won that fight convincingly, but Joshua had some success, and that's what happened here. Canelo had some success. You know, he just got defeated decisively, you know, and that happens sometimes. So Canelo, you know, there's been some, oh, he shouldn't be criticized for pound. I'm sorry, you're the pound for pound king, and you lose, you're no longer the pound for pound king. Right now, I think that should stick. If he comes back and beats Bivol, he gets the crown back, plain and simple. But I really think Canelo can bang at 175. He might be undersized overall, but I think he can be successful, and I think he can bang at 175. And you know, we're gonna see what he does going forward from this fight. So, but congratulations to Dimitri Bivol. I'm not talking enough about him. I mean, what a performance. I mean, the guy came out and really everybody's calling him a bum. You know, a lot of you know, fair-weathered fans are calling him a bum, saying that Canelo ducked better fighters, and this guy came out and defeated Canelo. So, you know, big win for Dimitri Bivol, biggest of his career. You know, can't wait to see him. I think he's definitely got an edge on Canelo going into the rematch. And if the rematch does in fact happen, but it's such a strong performance by the reigning and undefeated WBA light heavyweight champion. Let's not forget, he was the champion going into this fight, and I look forward to seeing him fight again. So that's it. That's my recap from the Canelo versus Bivol DAZN pay-per-view card that happened on Saturday, May 7th. I hope you guys enjoyed it. If you did, smash the like button, subscribe to the channel, leave a comment. I appreciate any and all support. And this is True Boxing. You've been hit with the truth.